listening to another episode of Mighty Car Mods, proudly supported by Just Car Insurance.
Today we are rolling in an R34 Skyline. This is Rakes. He is the moderator of the Mighty Car Mods forum, and we've stolen it for the day because we are going to put in a mad shift light. But how do you get all the functionality of mad shift lighting goodness without the ridiculously horrendous looks? How do you do it, Martin?
With some mad nerdery car electronic-y adaptation.
This is a 1998 Nissan Skyline R34 GTT Mario Kart Edition. Okay, so these are the things you're going to need. You're going to need some screwdrivers so you can get your cluster apart. Some long nose pliers helps to find your wheelie if it's small and very cold. You're also going to need a multimeter so you get all your wiring right. You're going to need a soldering iron, which is not even that. It's that thing. You're also going to need an LED shift light. This one's from modx.com.au. The idea is we're going to pull it apart. We're not going to put it on the dash because then when you change gears, it lights up your face like a drunken Santa Claus. We're going to get all of the good stuff out, put it behind the dash, set it so when you change gears, it just lights up the tacho. It's going to be mad. The first step is to remove your instrument cluster. These will usually have a few screws along the top, but keep your eye out for other screws hidden behind plates. You can make it easier by removing surrounding parts to make sure there's nothing hiding in the way, and to access the wiring for the shift light. The previous owner has kept a tally of how many Subarus he's beaten at the racetrack. Pull out the cluster and remove the plugs off the back. In older cars, there may be a speedo cable that's locked to the back of it, so remove that first. Now you need to find somewhere to mount the LED we're removing from the shift light.
Now the hardest part of this mod is finding a place to put your little LED light to shine onto the back of your tacho. In this case there's heaps of electronics and stuff in the way. But you may not have to do this, but in our case we have to split the dash apart and find somewhere to shine our red light. Now we're lucky that there's a little gap there that we can use to shine the light through, which will shine directly onto the back of the tacho and look awesome.
So shift lights are used in race cars, and the idea is that the light flicks on at the optimum time to change gears. Now it receives the tacho signal, you set the rate on the back here, and when the car sends the signal to the shift light, it comes on, lights up, and that's when you know is the optimum time to change gears, which gets you through to the pickup order window quicker at your local KFC drive-through. Rip apart the shift light and remove the circuit board, but don't cut anything as you'll need all of the components.
Released from its prison.
You may need to crack out your Dremel to make some room for the LED.
Now the next thing to do in this install is to connect up the tacho signal into the modified shift light. Now if you've got an older car, you can run a wire directly from the distributor inside to the car. If you've got a wiring diagram for your car, you can probably find out which wire in the dashboard is the right one. If you don't, you can probably figure it out from the ECU by using a multimeter to buzz up to the dashboard to find out which wire does which.
Splice in the green wire on the shift light circuit to the RPM signal up in the dash, then extend the wires on the LED globe and tape it up so you don't get any short circuits. Plug everything back together and we're ready to try it out.
Alright, so everything's wired in. We're just going to test it outside the dash before we put everything back together, and hopefully it'll work.
We said earlier, Martin, that mods always work.
They always work the first time too.
This could be very embarrassing.
Nah, dude. I've set it to 3,000 RPM, so if it works when I rev it to 3K, it should activate. So, now I'll give it a rev. Yeah, dude. Awesome.
Make sure the adjustment screw from the back of the shift light is kept somewhere accessible so you can set it to your desired RPM. With everything done, it should look something like this. So there it is, and Rake's car lived happily ever after. And if you want to live happily ever after, we do free postage worldwide, in fact anywhere in the universe, of our Season 2 double DVD, available from mightycarmods.com/shop.
That's a good gear change, man.
Thanks, Martin.
No worries. I don't care what anyone says.
Thanks, Martin. And you know what, Martin?
What's that?
Your gear changes aren't too slow. I don't care what that 12-year-old kid on YouTube said.